Hello, what's going on, people? It's Achilles 2017. We're back here doing another video, and today I want to talk to you about my thoughts on the Metal Team Leader Pack, my honest thoughts about it, and the state of development. They're saying that this whole game is practically done, and then to say that is not only is it dishonest, it's untrustworthy, and it's lying. It's complicit lying, in all honesty. Now, the thing about Save the World, they can't say that because the game mode is far from done. They messed up a whole lot of stuff in regards to this game mode. Maybe they got disheartened by, like, they know they can't make any money. So with the new pack, people get a reskin of Pathfinder Jess, one of her holiday or one of those things. I'm not exactly sure the exact one, but I know it's a reskin. You get a reskin of the typewriter SMG. I mean, that's pretty pitiful. You get 1,000 vbucks, but you have to do daily challenges. You still get that, but you don't get the daily reward login bonus. Now, my whole thing is with the game is that, to me, it waters down the game. It diminishes the content and certain stuff. If you put a game, especially this new pack buying $20 and it caters to battle royale people, they're not going to care, obviously. They'll get their 1,000 V-Bucks and run. And that really waters down the experience as a whole. And also, it makes it a pocket grab for Epic. Be like, see, people don't care about the game anyway. And I know that Save the World is a popular thing. I'm not piggybacking off anything that anybody else has said. But this whole thing to me is really working like a MLM and a private equity group or hedge fund group that basically buys out a failing brand and then people don't care about it. That's what they want you to do. There's no incentive.
Time for a little R&R. Ransacking and resupplying. If you need it, grab it. You've got 10 minutes to grab anything you need. But watch out, the storm's closing in. You'll take damage in the storm, so stay moving and watch your map. Bonus objectives are in play.
But it's my honest belief that this game is being ran like a definite 100% a hedge fund group. You're basically building, not even building, you're basically funding a failing product. No, it's failing, and you plan to liquidate it, which means milk it for what it's worth and then just drop the ball on it. Basically let the whole thing go into shambles and don't care about it. And that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad if you got to think about it.
I do not understand.
Because it doesn't have to be like that. But the thing about the $20 entry point, the game has been $20 multiple times. And the last thing that we need is for basically the whole thing to go to waste. You release a watered down product and people don't care, people don't play it. It overall hurts the actual brand of Save the World. Now, a whole lot of people are talking about why doesn't Save the World get picked up by another company, intellectual property. This is Fortnite's original mode. I don't think they would do it. If people want to go even further, talk about let people have access to netcode, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. If people are already data mining and certain stuff like that, netcodes that can produce their own levels and certain stuff, I don't even think you have community support like that at all. So that right there is kind of an L, and I 110% believe it's an L. But like I said, that $20 entry point, the game's already been $20 multiple times. But the thing about it is that if people don't know, that's the biggest thing. If people don't know what they're missing out on, or the thing about it, they're hoping that people forget about the Twine Peaks storyline and quest line that they're supposed to do. And the fact that the game's been crowdfunded and stuff like that by people pre-ordering. I looked at the trailers, and the trailers look more promising than what we've got in the last few years, or what it intended to be before it got ruined. I'm not 100% blaming this on Battle Royale, because a bad company is a bad company. It really doesn't matter how you look at it at all. Bad business practices or bad game company practices, or it's industry wide. It's not only limited to a few like groups of people or groups of individuals and companies. It's just bigger than that, in my opinion. But I definitely don't think it should have to be that way. And it most definitely shouldn't be that way, but it's a sad thing to hear stuff like that when a game had so much potential, but they pulled the plug on it. Because if you think about it, the $20 that I didn't spend, I spent $42. That's even worse. On a game that had potential, but you're not supporting it. That disheartens a lot of people, and the last thing we need Epic to do here is that people are disheartened by what they've done, and they just stop supporting it altogether.
One of our drones has taken damage. We can't let the husks destroy the drone. Head to the crash site.
We just can't let certain stuff just get away. Like, and to me, it's just sad when stuff like that happens. It disheartens your fan base. And then, like I said, the content locked behind a paywall. That's the new scam, in my opinion. With failed promises. Epic is just one of the many companies that's just done that. I know people talk about Paragon. Paragon is another product that's pretty bad. It no longer exists, and Epic did exactly that. Ended. Didn't support a game, didn't really put any resources or actively try to do anything, just let it be milked. So what you got is a watered down product. 100% watered down. And that's pretty bad for a game. A watered down product. And so by the time everything is said and done, people are not going to want to play a game. They'd have moved on. And I think that's what certain companies they want. They want people to move on. They want people not to enjoy a game. They want people to not have fun playing these games so they can move on, and therefore they don't have to support it. So my whole thoughts on it is that I think it's pitiful. It's honestly sad and stuff, but I'm not going to stop playing this game. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to get my money's worth. I know I have. But at the same time, I don't want to give anybody an excuse to be like, yeah, we didn't care about this crappy game mode anyway. Do I think this game is crap? I don't believe the mode is crap. I just think that what the game developers have done is crap. And you shouldn't tolerate crap by any means. But definitely, I feel like the new scam is definitely crowdfunding a game. Like a free-to-play, crowdfunded, liquidated, and then not supported. And then before you know, it's over. People are not going to question where that money goes to. But I can tell you almost 100% where it goes to. It goes to funding a new position or something like that. Or a director or a CEO seeing a majority of the funds. The bad thing about that is that you can have a president or a CEO of a company really mess with a brand, change things around, it never comes back, and it's pretty harmful to the well-being of a brand. 100%. It's really bad for definitely a company or brand. You can't come back from bad, publicity and then bad, customer service. The stuff is inexcusable. By no means am I making, lies up to protect Epic, because it's just like, it's unacceptable in the least. People been waiting years for content stuff to come out. 3 years for a Twine storyline. And there's nothing that's been done other than a few texture updates. The biome and stuff doesn't really serve a purpose at all. Does not serve a purpose at all. And then the adventure stuff, we're going into it a little bit more. Now I'm gonna say what I'm going to have to say right now. This whole thing, like, even they're talking about the progression too, about how once you complete the adventures you can upgrade your weapons past 130. Well, what's the purpose of Rainbow Crystal, Vendor Tech mechanical parts, and Moonglow? What was the purpose of that? Those are 6-star element materials or crafting materials or evolution materials. It really doesn't matter. You had this stuff in the game, you took it out, so you obviously were doing something, but you took it out the game. I don't like when people make false promises or all these kind of grandiose statements and they don't follow through on it. I mean, that's pretty terrible when you think about it. It is pretty terrible. Unless something more to be desired. If you don't care about the game, we know you don't care about the game. So it's really nothing more than people can do, and I really don't want it to get to that point where it's more of an excuse for people, especially the company, not to do anything, because by doing that you're disheartening your fan base. And like I said, I looked at the trailer, it looked so promising. Who would knows that 3 years later, coming up on the 3-year anniversary, that the game has been bad or just doomed. And I don't think that's acceptable, and I honestly 110% believe that's unacceptable by any means. It's ruining the player experience for both fan base, both new and old. You're watering down the experience for both parties, new and old players, and you're ruining your brand in the process. That's just my thoughts, people. I'm out.